All right, everyone, welcome back to Breslov Efrat here at Shira David Baruch Hashem. Hope everyone had a wonderful Shabbos. And we're in the weeks of Shovavim, right? The 6 weeks of Shovavim, Shmos, Va'era, Bo, Mishalach, Yisro, Mishpatim, right? The 6 weeks. They're special weeks. The Arizal spoke a lot about it, that it's a time that we can make tikkunim. It's a time that you can make repairs for different things that are the rest of the year are difficult to repair. These weeks are much easier to repair. Okay? Shovavim, right? Like when the statement went out, the Basco went out to Acher. Shuvu Shayvavim Chutz Me Acher. All you guys come back except for Acher. Right? So that's what we learned it from. It means to come back. The whole idea is to come back, make tshuva. And we're learning in Likutey Halachos, Hilchos Birchas HaPeiros, and today we're in Halacha Gimel. And this lesson is pretty much a good lesson to understand about this idea of tshuva and how things come back and so on. Let's see with Siyata Dishmaya. Let's go. Here we go. Aleph. Everyone have the place? Good? Yeah, good. Okay. V'zeh bechinas birchas hanenin she'osa lehanais me'olam hazeh b'loi bracha. Okay, this is an idea of whenever you eat something, you smell something, right? Anything that you enjoy, you have to make a blessing on it. Okay, those are known as birchas nenin, things that you enjoy, things that you partake in. So if you want to be able to partake in it, you make the blessing before you have it. Why? Ki zeh yadua shayidei habracha shemevorchin al eze pri oy kiyotze. Because it's known that while a person makes a blessing on a fruit or whatever he's eating, right? Doesn't matter. He could be eating a sandwich. He could be eating his salad. He could be eating a fruit. Whatever it is. Al yedei zeh malin hanefesh hamegulgol sham. How do you like that? You're elevating the soul that's found in that thing that you're about to eat. So there's a soul in there, because everything has a soul.
Everything. This pen has a soul in it?
Everything has a soul in it. Yes,
so before
sir.
you eat it, say a blessing.
No. You use no. But this pen is so happy when you use it again to write Divrei Torah. Wow! It's the pen won. But we said that each thing is always trying to always elevate, right? Each thing wants to go to the next level. Remember we spoke about it? We'll do it one more time, make sure we all understand it. There are 4 different categories. Okay, there's the category of domain, right? Which is the category of all inanimate objects. Things that are things that have no life to them. Right? The stones, minerals, water, vitamins, whatever, all things in the world, okay? The next one up is tzameach. Tzameach is all plant life, anything that grows, that's part of the plants, trees, plants, grasses, and so on. Then you have chai. Chai is the next category, which is all living beings that are not humans. So that includes all birds and insects and animals and mammals and what have you, okay? All of them are part of this idea of chai. And then you have medaber, which is all human beings. And there's also there's a higher level, which is called nefesh Klali Yisrael, which is the 5th one, right? Which is to be a Jew, because there's an idea of being a medaber, speaking. There are many people in the world that are speaking, but they don't have the same soul as the Jew has. So there's another level. Now each thing is constantly trying to rise up to the next level, right? So the domain, the inanimate object, once it's striving to become a tzameach. Right? He's striving to become a tzameach, right? So he wants that he can be part of the plant, to become part of a plant that what helps to grow the plant. So then the inanimate object will now become part of the plant. Comes along the animal that's grazing, right? For example, and eats the grass. Right? Oh, now the domain, which became a tzemeach, now becomes now a chai. He's now in there because you are what you eat, right? Same way, right? Okay. And then if this animal is lucky enough, the animal then will get slaughtered properly and then be eaten, and blessing will be made on it. And of course, then that nefesh that was originally a domain turned into a tzemeach, turned into a chai. Now turned into nefesh klal Yisrael, and it now is elevated. That's what it's striving for. You understand? So everything we eat, everything that is in the world has souls in it. That gives you a new appreciation for everything that you deal with. We live in a world today that everything is all disposable. You throw things out. Is that really the right way? I don't know. Really, everything has a soul in it, so really everything's important. Right? Right? Whatever we're eating. Now, again, and the Rebbeinu Shalom works it out that we are in wherever we are in the world, and Hashem works out that all of these things that are in our reach, right? Anything that's in our reach is part of what we need to be misakin, right?
Misakin?
Fix. We have to fix. We have to make the repair to it. We have to elevate it.
We're doing a chesed more often than we realize.
You do something, but the Rebbe explained in lesson 37 that really sometimes you're doing a chesed for yourself because there's a part of your soul, part of your nefesh, ruach, neshama, chai, yechid. There's a part of your soul that's lacking, that fell away, and now when you make that blessing, you can elevate your own soul, which is mind-boggling. But really, it's unbelievable if you really think it through. All right. Anyway,
When a guy becomes a ger, it's also a step.
Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah. That's a wonder. That's a yeah. Because in everything in the world has in it nefashos that we're reincarnated. Amazing, really, right? It makes you think when you're going to eat your food today. It makes you think a little bit more about it, right? But what am I eating? Okay. It's an eye-opener. This is a true eye-opener. Okay? But this is not Rab Noson's idea. This is not Rabbi Nachman's idea. This is all founded in Zayah. This is all founded in the Kisvei Ari, Reb Chaim Vital. They're all speaking about this. Is not his Rab Noson didn't come up with this concept. Okay, this is not his concept. He's just helping us understand it, right? So it's not. This is not a Breslov idea. Okay, this is well understood by all Mekubalim, and anyone that understands anything in life understands this. Okay, and therefore we said that the bracha. And the main point that so if you want to eat something and you want to enjoy something, you make the bracha, right? And we said the bracha is connected to Eretz Yisrael, wherever you are in the world, that bracha is connected to Eretz Yisrael. Kedei sheyiyah ha'ma'achal nichla ba'avira d'Eretz Yisrael ha'yedei ha'bracha. Because again, anytime we speak, right? We speak, and if you're speaking words of Hashem. He's speaking words of a bracha. Elokeinu melech ha'olam. Right? Every bracha has that in there, right? Elokeinu melech ha'olam. You're the king of the world, Hashem. So then different kind of brachas. We say shahakol niyeh b'varei, that everything came about via Hashem's words. Wow, that's a very beautiful bracha. But then there's another bracha that we make, Bari Priya 8, which is a more defining bracha. It's not a general bracha. Baruch Shakol Nivar is a general bracha, right? Okay.
What about the one that comes after eating?
We're going to talk about that. It's all like they are bracha. Kisham tziva Hashem es bracha Chaim, because we know that in Eretz Yisrael is where all the bracha, everything, that wherever you are in the world, whatever you're eating, is there because of the blessing of Eretz Yisrael. It's amazing. It's truly amazing. Everything in the world starts from Eretz Yisrael. Everything in the world, its blessing comes from Eretz Yisrael. I wish the world would know this. They would treat us very differently, right? If they would understand that their sustenance, that their success is only when we are here and we are doing the right thing. Eretz Yisrael hu Makar habracha is because Eretz Yisrael is the source of all blessings. Makar habracha is all blessings. Kisham oilin kol hatfilos v'habracha is vaydos, because we know anywhere you are in the world and you're always praying towards Eretz Yisrael, right? Towards Yerushalayim, towards Har HaBayis, because that's where all the prayers and everything gets elevated. Ki kol birchas nenin anu Lemedin, me birchas hamazon, all brachas that we make, we learn it out from benching, the grace after meal, right? All blessings are learned from birchas hamazon. Why? Because birchas hamazon is from the Torah. It says v'achalta v'savata v'rachta Hashem Elokecha. Right? So that's when it says v'achalta v'savata uveirachta. That's what Chazal say. That's the mitzvah of benching. And there you go. You have benching is a mitzvah from the Torah. Okay. Kamay Shemar v'sein zgan levracha in brachas mem ches amid beis, which is 48 side B. La'acharav. After I ate nevarech, if I have to make a bracha, right? Lefanav lekol sekain. So the rabbis say like this: if the Torah is telling us, where did the rabbis come up with this idea to make a bracha before you eat something? Oh, well, if the Torah is telling you after you ate something, you should make a bracha. So isn't it for certain before I eat it, I should recognize Hashem? Right, that's how they do it. They learn the kal v'chaim. If madach, I have to make a bracha after I eat. Kal v'chaim. Before I eat, I should thank Hashem before I eat it. Okay, so far so good. We got that. Okay. B'birchas hamazon hu b'chinas Eretz Yisrael k'bay shekasa v'yachalta v'zavata v'rachta Hashem alakecha l'asatay v'ashanasal. Right, as birchas hamazon is, and that's in Perek Ches and Devarim pasuk Yud. Okay, ki kol birchas hanenin kulam heim b'shvil lahales hanefesh asher sham ba'adav shaychel. How do you like that? All the brachas of things that you enjoy, that you take part in, that bracha is there in order to elevate the soul that's in that thing that you're about to eat. You look at things totally different, I'm telling you. You see your food, and you see there's something in there. There's a soul in there. It's a different way of thinking. That's why you ever see sometimes tzaddikim when they eat, they're contemplating, such a contemplation before they take a bite. They think, what do I have to do in order to elevate the soul? They're in touch with this. There's a soul in here. I have to have the right intent in order to be able to eat this to elevate the soul. That's why they're waiting. That's what they're doing. It's an exercise. Wow, it's amazing. And therefore, all the brachas that we make have to be connected to Eretz Yisrael, because that's where all the bracha comes from. From that pasuk, anu lemedim kol habrachos, kidei lahalos hanefesh, in order to lift up the soul. Because again, the soul will be elevated again through Eretz Yisrael. So when you make the bracha, the air, the vapor that you say when you make the bracha, that vapor becomes like the vapor of Eretz Yisrael, like we said, like you have the children that study, and the vapor from their words are so pure. That's why they can be connected to the merit of the avos, the three fathers, right? Because again, they're so pure. So when we make the bracha, again, no matter what the person said during the day, but now he's making a bracha. He's saying something wonderful. So he's connecting his words to Eretz Yisrael, where all the Avia of Eretz Yisrael is special, because HaKadosh Baruch Hu is always looking at it, like we learned all that stuff, right? When you make the bracha, you're connecting there. So now, what's the point in that? Because we know all nefashos go up to Gan Eden, they go up through Eretz Yisrael, right? Chevron, they tell you when you go into the Marzah Peh, that's the Pesach HaGan Eden, right? That's the Pesach, the opening to Gan Eden, right? And all the prayers go up through Harabayas, right? This is how it goes. So all in the Nefashos, they're all trying to get back to Eretz Yisrael. Yedei Avira Eretz Yisrael, ki Yikar Aliyas HaNefesh Shu Al Yedei Avira Eretz Yisrael, Shu Bechinas Hevel Piyem Shel Tinoikos. Again, that's connected to the children. Again, the purity of the child. Now, when you're saying a bracha, the person is again purifying himself. Okay, again, the more okay. Now wait a second. Now, the more a person is working, he's working on elevating himself and purifying himself. Is the better tikkun he can make? Do you follow? Hello? Do you follow? In other words, if I'm working on purifying myself, I'm working on what I see and what I say, like the things we were just learning in Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. The Dvarim HaNayagin, that everything I do, it should be L'Shem Shemayim. Everything I do, I have to do it L'Shem, because if I'm doing that, so my words are so much purer, I can make a better tikkun and accomplish so much more. So the same way, like the children are pure because they don't have sin. If a person's always working with his baidus, he's speaking to Hashem, he's working things out, all of the mistakes that he made, he's working on tshuva, he does vidui, he says he does kriya shema lamita, and he forgives everyone. This person obviously is going to be making more tikkunim in a better way. Okay, any questions on this?
I don't think this is a distraction, but that's like when they say, like, if there's an event that happens, like someone gets shot, that it's somehow involved with the two people maybe making a tikkun for something he did when he was in a prior life.
No, Rashi brings that's a Rashi. Rashi brings that example when a person's working on a ladder, when it comes to the air miklat, right? When someone's working on a ladder, let's say a guy's standing on his ladder and he's fixing his his flower pot, whatever he's doing, he's working on a ladder, and this other guy comes by, walks under the ladder, right? That's what they say, don't walk under a ladder, right? Okay.
Oh, okay.
Right, okay. Don't walk under the ladder because then you may be this guy. No. And then he's working and he happens to drop his hammer. He didn't do it purposely. He's working on the ladder. He's hammering, right? He meant to put it in his tool belt, right? But he missed his tool belt and it fell down. It could happen, right? Okay. The guy is walking there, bangs him in the head. He dies.
Yeah.
Hey. So now, how did that happen? Oh, Rashi says that happened because in a prior Gilgal, in a prior reincarnation, this guy had inadvertently killed the other one. Yeah. So now he has to kill him in order to make the rectification. And we don't mean to kill anyone. We're learning here now about fruits. And we're learning how to elevate souls. We're not trying to. That's something. It's okay.
No, but it's about the
tikkun of the nefesh.
Yeah.
Everything we do is tikkun for the nefesh. All mitzvahs, everything we do is a tikkun for the nefesh. Because when you're making a blessing on something, because there you're again showing koyach masav higid liyamai, right? The famous pasuk in Tehillim in Kuf Yud Aleph in 101 in pasuk Vav. Okay, ki megalin ayedei habracha shashem yisbarach bara es kol ha'olam kulai. Right, Bereshis bara Hashem, Bereshis bara lekim. Hashem created everything. V'ikar kedushas Eretz Yisrael nasei dei koyach masav, through koyach masav. What's koyach masav? The koyach, the powerful actions, Hashem's actions. What is that? That Hashem made the world and He gave the world to the 7 nations that were in Eretz Yisrael. They weren't doing what they were supposed to do, so they got kicked out. Right? Hashem took it away from them and gave it to us. And that's the reason why Eretz Yisrael is ours. It's not because we won wars. It's not because the 6 Day War, not the Yom Kippur War, not the Yom Ha'atzmaut. It's not that. Eretz Yisrael is ours because Hashem gave it to us. But the problem is in our government, no one's proud enough to say that.
Also, I heard this, I forget his name, but the guy, that in order to have Mashiach come, all the nations have to be for us. So in the United Nations, and they created the state of Israel, that was a miracle. That was something that was prophesized.
Yeah.
And then it just flipped completely.
Yeah.
But to think about
it flipped completely because we didn't believe it. If we had all believed at that time we have this state because Hashem wants us to have it, it's his Hashem, not the United. It's his Hashem one. Then we could have won the game right there. That was a great thing. That was great. Yeah. All right. But anyway, let's go back to here. V'yikei kedushas Eretz Yisrael nasa yedei koyach masa v'ayedei is galash Hashem Yisbarach bara hakol k'may sheperish Rashi al pasuk bereshis. Right. First Rashi, you take out your chumash. You don't even need Mekrois Kedosh. Look at it's a Rashi. This idea, right, in lesson 44 and in Tinyana lesson 8, right? Okay. Nimsam. Shayedei habracha shemevarchen. Hayedei zeh megalin shashem yizbarach bara dava zeh. Because now, the same way Hashem created everything in the world. So how are you connecting it back to Hashem? Oh, when you say Hashem was Borei, Priha, Eitz, Borei, Priha, Adama, right, Hamaitzi Lechem Min Ha'aretz, Hashem, you're the one that did that, so then you're connecting back again to Hashem's creating everything. By Dezeh Nichlol, Zeh HaDava Shemevarchen Allah Bechinas Avir HaKodesh, the holy airspace, the holy air of Eretz Yisrael, because again, you're using those words to describe that Hashem created this, the same way Hashem created, the same way HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world in 6 days. HaKadosh Baruch Hu created this as well, that you're about to eat. B'chinas avira d'Eretz Yisrael. Ki ikar kedushas Eretz Yisrael hu rak al yedei b'china zo. Through the ikar kedusha of Eretz Yisrael is through this aspect. Al yedei b'china koyach masav shal yedei shegila sh'Hashem yizbarach b'tchilas ha'torah shehu yizbarach bara hakol. And that's why the Torah, and if you take a look in the Rashi tells you that's why HaKadosh Baruch Hu starts the Torah off, because they ask the question. The Torah is a book of laws. It's a law book. It tells us what to do. Mitzvos, aseh, mitzvos loisaseh, so on and so forth. So why is the Torah telling us, starting with Bereshis? Oh, because this is to teach you the premise that HaKadosh Baruch Hu created everything, and it's His world, and He does what He wants with the world. Okay, any questions? We're okay with this? Wow, okay, all right, very good. Therefore, any place a Jew is, wherever you are, doesn't matter, as long as you're on earth, any place you are on in this earth. And you are revealing, and you're advertising, you're making a statement that this is the Hashem created this thing. Hashem made everything. Nimshach, like you say, Shahakol Niyabivara, right? He made everything. Nimshach Lisham, you draw over there, Bechinas Kedushas Eretz Yisrael, Bechinas Migdash Ma'at, the same way it says that HaKadosh Baruch Hu destroyed the Beis HaMikdash, but He said He'll be with us when we're out of Eretz Yisrael, and He'll be with us with a Migdash Ma'at. What is that? Batei Kinesias, Batei Midrashos, right? This is where HaKadosh Baruch Hu always is, and any time someone is getting together and they're eating together, like we said, and we're making brachas, so that is connecting to the Avir of Eretz Yisrael, wherever you are, wherever the person may be. Ki ikir kedusha is Eretz Yisrael hu rak al yedei koyach masa, because again the kedusha of Eretz Yisrael is understanding that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us Eretz Yisrael, and we just have to keep talking about that, right, till people will understand it. Umavaya zeh b'divrei Rabbeinu b'kama mekoymes v'al kein al yedei habrocha shemevorchen al adava megalan she'Hashem yitbarach boras adava zeh. I'm making a bracha. Hey, Hashem, I'm revealing now. You made this. It was you, Hashem. It wasn't the company that produced it. It was you, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. שהידי זה נכלל הדבר הזה על ידי הברכה בבחינת אוויר דארץ ישראל. ועל ידי זה מעלין הנפש אשר מגולגול שם, and that's how you could elevate that soul that was reincarnated into that thing that you're about to partake in. כי עיקר הסעלוס הנפש הוא על ידי בחינת אוויר דארץ ישראל. It needs the Avir of Eretz Yisrael, which is what? Which is the bracha. Would you be able to believe that? Whenever you're making a bracha, right, you're creating Avir Eretz Yisrael. The Rebbe says every time you're davening, you're clapping, right? So when you clap, you create Avir Eretz Yisrael also, right? It's metakin din, right? Again, because it's connected to koyach masa, koyach, right? We said the 14 joints, koyach. So when I clap my hands together, I'm making koach. Right, koyach masav, I'm connecting. When I make my bracha outside of Eretz, wherever I am, of course I'm doing that. How much greater is it when you're doing it actually in Eretz Yisrael, right? Okay, and when we believe in the kedusha of what we're eating in Eretz Yisrael. Any questions on this? No? Okay. כי עיקר קדוש האצול הוא רק על ידי כוח מסך, כמו בדברי רבנו בכמה מקומות, על כן על ידי הברכה, אוקיי, מקדש ברכה, אדם בבחינת אוויר דארץ ישראל. על ידי זה מעלין הנפש שמגולגל, כי עיקר הסעלוס הנפש הוא על ידי בחינת אוויר דארץ ישראל, שעל ידי זה אוהל הנפש הוא בחינת תורה, בחינת זיכרון, which is the opposite of the foolishness of the world, right? Shikhacha. In lesson 37, the Rebbe says there's two opposites. You have zikaron, which is remembering Torah, and then there's shikhacha, forgetfulness of the world. So again, when you're learning Torah and you're connecting to a Torah, you're connecting to Hashem, how wonderful that is. V'zeh bechinas ma she'ezira b'seinu chol havracha, linoi kovod ba'acholin. And therefore the rabbis tell us that we have to always give a lot of respect to our food. But wait a second, now I understand food's something else. This food that I have there's a soul in there. So how would I not want to respect the soul that's in the thing? It gives you a whole different idea of how to deal with things in life. Right? You don't just toss things around, you treat them with respect because again, there's a soul in there. Right? Like for example, I'll give you an example. A person has a baby. Right? So the baby, if you have the baby in the car seat, so you're very careful with the car seat and so on, right? You're very careful with the stroller, you're very careful, the baby's in there. If the baby's not in there, so you just toss the thing around, right? There's no problem, you throw it in the trunk, right? What? They said that was wrong, you agree with it? Yeah. No, so that's when you realize that there's a soul in this food. And hey, wait a second, I got to treat that with a lot of respect. It's amazing. Really, I always try to give you an example of something you can relate to what we're saying. In other words, hey, I thought this was just, an apple. It's like, what's the big deal? So I'll talk. No, but wait a second, there's a soul in this thing. Wait. Treat it with respect. As the Gemara teaches us in Brachas in Daf Nun Amid Beis, which is page 50, the second side. Treat it. Don't what? No. Don't make fun of it. Don't belittle it. Don't belittle it. Don't disrespect. Oh, there we go. Don't disrespect the food. Yeah. Well, that makes sense because it says Lina covered bachal. The opposite of covered is disrespect. There we go. Okay. Kamavai b'shulchan aruch ki tzrichen Lina covered ba'acholim because in Shulchan Aruch in Siman Kuf Ayin Aleph 171. Okay, Siman Aleph. The Shulchan Aruch says over there tzrichen Lina covered ba'acholim kidei sheyis'al hanefesh asher sham. Because you want to try to raise the soul that's in that thing that you're about to eat. By there, covered covered is the shayrish of everything. Why? Because it's all connected to Hashem, covered of Hashem, and then the nefesh and the neshama, of course, is part of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hashem is in there, so of course it has all covered. Kamavoya heita b'divrei Rabbeinu b'mamar hanal on lesson 37. Aidei ma shamra b'sein zchol bracha hiziru b'nei amei haaretz lechabdam shemehem teitzei Torah ayin sham heitev. Right in lesson 37. Again, that's why he says whenever you have people that are amei haaretz, right? You have people that are just simple people. They don't know Torah, they don't have any connection, but treat them with respect. Why? Because from them can come great people, great children. They can have great children. Sometimes we know that in a simple family, right? Sometimes a great soul will come into that family because again, the Sultan doesn't mind that it will go into this simple family because nothing will come from it. You understand, right? That's why he puts sometimes a great soul can come into a simple family because the Sultan says, well, he'll probably go to not a very good school. He probably won't get a very good upbringing, so he won't have a chance to be elevated to become his full potentiality, of his full potential, right? Right, so so therefore the Rebbe is telling us you have to be very careful with even these people. Give them covet also. The same way you have to give covet for your food, right? Because there's a soul in there, there's a nefesh in there. Well, guess what? In people, there's certainly a soul in there, right? We can all relate to that much easier, even too, right? So of course, give them covet. The same way he said you have to give covet for food. So of course, I make a kal v'chaim, but to give covet for food, of course, I have to give covet to people. Right? Okay. Nimsa. So let's see if we can just finish this. We'll finish this. We'll finish Aleph. Nimsa she'ika bracha shemavarchen al kol davar hu bechinas avir deretzot. So everything now we make a blessing. We're making the blessing. We're connecting it to Eretz Yisrael through the words that we're saying. We're connecting it to Eretz Yisrael. Shu bechinas hevel piyam shel tinaikis, which is again connected to the purity of the children's vapor when it comes out of their mouth. And that's why they're so connected to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu has such delight from them, because they're so pure. So too, when we make a statement, and we're aligning with HaKadosh Baruch Hu's Bereshis Bara Likim, Koyach Masav Higid Liyamai, and I'm making that statement, so of course, that's a beautiful thing. Okay, V'zeo Bechinas Seder Brachos Shemalamdin Es Atinoikos Betchilas Limudim. And therefore, we teach the children the Seder Brachos, how to make brachos. You can teach the children, the Rambam says you can teach the children how to make bracha, even if they're not eating, just to understand the words of the bracha, as learning. All the brachas, you teach them, right? You teach them the brachas so they know how to make the brachas, so they know the words. Because the main bracha comes through again the vapor from the words of the tinaikas shu hevel she'ein b'chet, because that's the hevel that there's no sin. We know a child is not counted for the sins that they do. They may make sins, but they're not counted, so there was no sin. Bechinas avira de'eretz Yisrael v'sham mikor habracha. That's the place of bracha. Bechinas yavarech es ha'neorim. Right, Yaakov Avinu gave the bracha yavarech es ha'neorim mikor vehem shemi b'shem avasei. Right, Avram Yitzchak v'yigdul hara b'kerev haaretz. Right, they gave to Ephraim and Menashe. Shayadei zeh nisgalin ha'avos ba'olam lahagen. And again, that's how you connect to the avos. And the avos are the ones that help bring protection to the world, right? So again, we said that the tinoikos, the children, when they are davening, when they are learning, they are evoking the protection of the avos. They're evoking the protection of the avos through them doing it. When we make brachas, we can do the same thing. We can get the protection of avos. We could push off judgment. We can mitigate judgment. How do you like that? Make your bracha correctly, you can mitigate judgment. Isn't that a beautiful thing? You can push off much darkness. And again, all the comparisons the Rebbe makes in lesson 37, over there you can take a look at it again. And you take care of, you get rid of the chaymer and you make it more guf, right? The guf is connected again to the nefesh. Okay, the chaymer is more the physicality. Again, the shikha and siklus, the foolishness and the forgetfulness. Again, lesson 37. I ask you all to, if you can, learn lesson 37. All these things that we just learned will mean so much more to you if you read through lesson 37. Okay? So tomorrow, Mitzvah Hashem, will continue with Beis. And now we're starting a new section in Kitzur Shulchan Aruch today. So let's introduce this idea. And it's a beautiful idea. Shmiras Haguf al Pi Hateva. Okay? Keeping myself healthy with natural things. I think that's how you would translate it, right? Is that a good translation? Okay. Here we go. So now the next sifrim that we're going to learn, and it's a lot of them actually. It's really a lot of them. We're going to have the next 27 lessons are on this idea, and then most of this is really based on Rambam, right? The Rambam was the one that spoke a lot about this, and if you look in Rav Moshe's farm, right, it's a Rav Moshe. Olav Shalom, right? Zeichet Tzadik Levracha. So he spoke about a lot of these ideas as well. But he, Moshe Feinstein, yeah.
Friday night it was at Shul Zocher, Moshe Feinstein's great-great-grandson.
Well, Baruch Hashem. Wow. Okay, excellent. Okay, so let's go. Let's start. Okay, Hayo v'heyo is haguf bari v'sholem midarkei Hashem hu. So it's really since and the guf should be healthy and complete is good for the way for serving Hashem. Again, if a person is healthy, right? If a person's healthy, he feels well, so he can serve Hashem. It's conducive for serving Hashem. Ki efshir sheyovin oyeda dava midias habayre shehu v'hu chayla. We don't have any ideas of how Hashem runs things, and if he's sick, lefichach tzarich adam laharchich es atzmai midvarim ma'abdim nesaguf. Therefore, stay away from things that'll weaken your body, right? From things that are not healthy, things that are not good for you. Stay away from those things. Now, when you do that, look at this. When you stay away from things that are not good for you, you're actually following a din in Shulchan Aruch. You're not doing this stam. You know, as I hear, this is why these laws are so beautiful to understand. The things that we're doing anyway, right? For example, there are cigarettes out there, right? So every time you have money in your pocket and you go to the store and you see the cigarettes, and maybe you want to buy one, but I'm not buying it. It's not healthy. I'm not doing it. You being Mekayim a mitzvah. Ushmatim is nafshe seicha. It's amazing. It's amazing how good Hashem is. He gives us these laws. And if we follow the laws, we're accomplishing mitzvahs. Okay, let's see. We have to do things that'll give us healthy, to make us strong, to make the body strong. Here's the mitzvah in the Torah. Protect your body from any kind of damage, protect your body from any kind of hezek, and watch, you will be fulfilling a very, very important mitzvah in the Torah. Because again, if you're healthy, the Yetzer Hara wants us to not be healthy. Because if you're not healthy, and you're sick, you're in bed, you have a headache, you don't feel well, you have a stomach ache, you have this, that, and the other thing, you're not going to be able to daven. You're not going to be able to serve Hashem. So that's what the Yetzer Hara wants us to do. So it comes along the kids and tells you, wait a second, before you eat that thing, you know if it's not going to be good for you, and it's going to make you sick, and you won't be able to get up and do it, so don't eat it. If you're going to go to this place and you're not going to feel good because you went, don't go there. And you're getting a mitzvah. It's amazing. No, did any of you know this before, these laws? Did you ever hear this before? No? David, did you ever hear this before? It's amazing, right?
It makes sense, but I never heard it.
No, that's exactly what you just said. That's the exact point. It makes sense. And people do that anyway. But now we're learning when you're doing the thing that makes sense, do it for a mitzvah. That's the key, right there, what you just said. Yeah, it makes sense. Yes. But I'm not doing it because it makes sense. I'm doing it because this is the mitzvah. That's why it's integral that we learn the laws, so we know the things that we're anyway doing, we're accomplishing a mitzvah. We're getting closer to Hashem via doing a mitzvah. Isn't that amazing? To me, this is wonderful.
We would never drink poison intentionally.
No, you're not going to
You're
drink.
not gonna no, but I'm saying it's like if food is not good for you, it's like it hasn't reached a level in our mind like, oh, this is poison, but really it is.
It's on some level, it's poison. Yes, yes. Okay, all right. So everyone, I wish you a wonderful day, Emir Hashem, and Emir Hashem will continue tomorrow, and we should all hear Besorot Tovot.
Amen.